As a landlord, managing your rental property includes periodically reviewing and adjusting rent. Here's how, when and why you should consider increasing the rent on your tenancy. Let's explore why you might need to increase the rent. Inflation and cost of living. Over time, inflation and the general rise in the cost of living can reduce the real value of the rent you're receiving, increasing property maintenance costs. Maintenance, repairs and improvements to the property can justify a rent increase. Market rates. If similar properties in your area are renting for more, aligning your rent with the market rates ensures you remain competitive. Property upgrades. If you've made significant upgrades or improvements to the property, such as a new kitchen or bathroom, these enhancements can justify a higher rent. Increased operating expenses. Utility costs, property taxes and insurance premiums may rise, necessitating a rent adjustment. When is the right time to increase the rent? Timing is crucial when it comes to increasing rent. End of a fixed-term tenancy. The end of a fixed-term tenancy agreement is a natural point to review and adjust the rent. The anniversary of the tenancy. Some landlords choose to review rent annually on the anniversary of the tenancy start date. Notice period requirements. Ensure you provide the required notice period as stipulated in the tenancy agreement and by law. Typically, this is 1 month for a monthly tenancy or 6 months for a yearly tenancy. Be mindful of current market conditions. If the rental market is sluggish, it may be better to delay an increase to avoid losing good tenants. Now let's discuss how to increase the rent in a legal and fair manner. Review the tenancy agreement. Check the tenancy agreement for any clauses related to rent increases. This will guide you on the agreed upon procedures. Use a Section 13 notice. For periodic tenancies, rolling month to month, serve a Section 13 notice to propose a rent increase. This notice must be used if there isn't a rent review clause in the tenancy agreement. Mutual agreement. You can always negotiate a new rent with your tenant. If they agree, ensure this is documented in writing. Follow proper notice periods. Provide the correct notice period as required by law and outlined in the tenancy agreement. Typically, this is at least 1 month for a monthly tenancy. Be reasonable and transparent. Explain the reasons for the increase to your tenants. Being transparent about the reasons can help maintain a good landlord-tenant relationship. Communicate effectively with your tenants. Communication is key to managing rent increases smoothly. Written notice. Always provide written notice of the rent increase, detailing the new rent amount, the date it will take effect, and the reasons for the increase. A face-to-face discussion. Where possible, discuss the rent increase with your tenants in person or over a call. This can help address any concerns and maintain a positive relationship. Provide time to adjust. Give tenants ample time to adjust to the new rent or make arrangements if they choose not to renew the tenancy under the new terms. Consider the impact on tenant retention. Think about the long-term impact of a rent increase on tenant retention. Good tenants. Weigh the value of a reliable long-term tenant against the potential gain of a higher rent. Keeping a good tenant might be worth more than the increased rent, especially if the market is uncertain. Vacancy costs. Consider the potential costs of vacancy and the time it may take to find new tenants. Sometimes a smaller rent increase that keeps a tenant is more financially beneficial than a larger increase that results in a vacancy. Finally, ensure you're compliant with all legal requirements. Stay updated on laws. Landlord-tenant laws can change, so stay informed about current legislation regarding rent increases. Seek professional advice. If unsure, seek advice from a property manager or legal professional to ensure you are following the correct procedures. Increasing the rent can be a necessary part of managing your rental property, but it's important to do it thoughtfully and legally. By understanding the reasons, timing it right, and communicating clearly, you can maintain a good relationship with your tenants whilst ensuring your property investment remains profitable.